over 30 years, it's been Tim Rooney's dream to open an Irish pub, ever since he and his college roommate had one in their dorm room. Rooney's is a beautiful pub and restaurant with a traditional feel and an adventurous menu. Rooney's is a superior gastro pub with spectacular food, combined with wonderful beer and custom cocktails that go far beyond anything one might expect in a pub. The walls are brimming with Irish wit. May this food restore our strength, giving new energy to tired limbs and new thoughts to weary minds. Hey, fancy meeting you here.
Well, hello, Terry. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Joel?
Great, thank you.
So Joel's joining me at Rooney's Irish Pub in downtown Orchid, and he's my taste bud today because he possesses a skill that I do not. He is a mixologist and a sommelier and a big foodie.
Yes, definitely. I work for Southern Wine and Spirits, key account for the Central Coast, and I love Rooney's, and I can't wait to see what you guys have today.
So we're going to be trying 3 different beers with 3 different kinds of their food, and then we're going to try 3 cocktails, craft cocktails, but made by Mason the bartender, with some food also, and it's going to be a grand time.
I'm excited.
Me too.
Definitely.
One of the fun things about making beer is like pairing beer. It's like pairing wine, beer pairs with so many things even better than wine. And that's one thing we do on our appetizer. We take our appetizers and we pair it with one of our special house-made beer.
And you're making all of this beer.
We make all these in-house. Absolutely.
That's awesome.
Oh, we love it. That's the fun days when you get back there making beer. Just coming up with different collaborations and different stuff you want to pair it with, and you kind of let the brewer kind of lose control and add whatever he wants to come up with different concoctions.
Well, tell us about what you have going on right now.
The first one that we have here is this is our house sausage board.
Okay.
We're pairing this with our house blonde. Blonde is, like I said, it's one of our lighter complected beers. Kind of goes with everything. On this one, you've got 3 different sausages, linguiça, brat, and a chicken, and a pretzel, all pretty mild. The blonde pairs nicely with the yeast in the bread.
Are you making these pretzels here too?
We make them here in-house.
Nice.
And you saw some of the spent grain that came out of the
That's
beer.
right, I tried some of that.
We use the spent grain in the pretzels that we make.
Right, and this
Very
is
fun.
some cheesy sauce, right?
Jalapeno cheddar cheese and stone ground mustard.
That's impressive. So you're taking the spent grain from your brewery and actually using it towards your food with the pretzels.
We use it in the pretzels and we do it in our flatbreads.
That's awesome.
And
That's
the rest we
impressive.
give to a pig farmer. He feeds it to the pig. We buy the pig. We put it in the smoker.
And that's probably the sausage that's underneath.
Not these, but we do it the whole thing. So,
This is delicious.
This is
cheers. That's the blonde.
You got one too? Yes.
We'll be right back with more Taste Buds.
This is our family.
Didn't have to wait a long time. I've been here for like a week and a half and I've already had my crown fixed, cleaning, and 2 fillings put in.
We welcome new patients to join our family this year by offering you a free exam, complete with x-rays and an oral cancer examination. Mention this ad for your free exam.
We invite you to be part of our family. At Santa Barbara Family Dentistry, we take care of all your dental needs.
Next on the platter
Really nice. Yes.
is our pork sliders. Pork sliders, like I said, we do it from the products of the pork. We put it in our house smoker, smoke it for 12 hours. And the product you have is these wonderful sliders. It pairs awesome with the amber. The amber kind of melds with the meatiness of the pork, but it's not an overwhelming. So they kind of pair very nicely together.
The smokiness from the meat comes through.
Smoking it, but it's mild. It's mild. When
so
we do
good.
like a heavier meat, like a brisket, we'll move up to the stout. But try that.
Yeah, one of those bad boys.
This is delicious. I tried some of this pork back when the chef was pulling it. Oh, it's so good. All by itself, it was delicious.
Beer pairing you can either complement or you can contrast.
Right.
The next one will be a contrast. These 2 pair nicely together because they're soft together.
Talk to us about the next one.
The next one is our mango habanero wings. Pairs nicely with an IPA. The IPA is a hoppy, spicier beer that cuts nicely with the sweet and saltiness of the spicy mango jalapeno. One thing about an IPA, when you're doing like a fatty meat or a spicy meat, when you take a sip of the jalapeno or the IPA after, it cleanses the palate and makes you ready for that next bite that you're going to enjoy.
It's that fine line of overpowering and balancing with the food, which...
And it cuts through fatty meats. It cleanses the palate. Same with cheese pairing. That IPA just cuts through the fattiness and the heaviness of whatever you're having, cleanses your palate so you're ready for the next bite.
This beer revolution just surprises me.
It's crazy.
It's awesome.
Please try this.
Because I never thought that anything would overtake wine, but it seems to have.
You can do more pairings with beer than you can with wine these days.
Beer and wings, we're all raised on this, but pairing them correctly is the science.
Raised on this? I was raised on mac and cheese, not wings and beer. Where were you raised?
I want to be raised at your house if you were raised at mac and cheese. Who cares where I was raised?
We'll be right back with more Taste Buds. As a food writer, I only fill my cupboards with only the best of sustenance. Therefore, I only shop at California Fresh. They offer the finest local produce and proteins with exceptional selection of cheeses, charcuterie, and wines. Food is our fuel, and quality items just taste better. California Fresh is a foodie's dream come true. Join me as I taste innovative gourmet items each week.
Mason, where's our Mason? We're at a bar without a bartender. Yay!
Fish tacos here for you.
Oh, so that's a cod. We saw that made in back.
It is, yeah. They're grilled fish tacos with some house-made salsa and guacamole.
Perfect. And the cabbage, guacamole,
yeah.
and...
Also house-made coleslaw right there. We've got a little bit of chipotle mayo on there. Gives it a little bit of a kick, but not too much. Corn tortillas, pretty tasty stuff.
This
Perfect.
looks ridiculous.
Do you know why they have 2 corn tortillas underneath tacos?
Because one's just not enough when you're loaded with that much fish.
No, you're supposed to pick up the one and eat it, and then all the stuff that falls out is your second taco.
Ah, I like it.
Yeah, you learned something on Taste Buds. So what are we drinking with this wonderful food?
We're going to do one of our signature cocktails. It's a Paloma. So what we use for this cocktail is we do 1 ounce of Los Altos Reposado tequila.
So reposado.
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
You
I'm
tell
asking
me.
You. No.
I know you brought me along,
there was
but
a
please.
question mark at the end of it. What does that mean?
I wanted to throw you underneath the bus before I did it, but...
I know what Reposado means. I don't know what Altos means.
So all Reposado has to be aged for at least 2 months, going up to 12 months in barrel. Anything after that would be considered an añejo.
We're going to do 1 ounce of the Olmeca Altos tequila.
This is an interesting pour thingy.
It is. It's that way you can't see it's actually 3/4 of an ounce.
I don't see that.
This is 1 ounce of Los Amontes Mezcal.
And so what is mezcal?
It is actually... Go ahead.
No, you spoke first,
We
please.
have all these bar experts.
Feel that bus go back over you again? Yes.
Mezcal is a smokier version of tequila, so it gives it a more robust flavor. I cut it with a little bit of the Reposado tequila, I think with the grapefruit juice. Gives it a more rounded overall feeling without being too overpowering with the smokiness, but gives it a nice depth of flavor.
How do they get the smoke in the mezcal?
Well, part of that's naturally from the agave. Most tequila is made from 100% Blue Weber agave, and that has a natural citrusy, more of a sweet notes.
So I added just a little dash of agave nectar, just as a little bit of a sweetener, a couple squeezes of lime juice, an ounce of fresh grapefruit juice, give it a little shake, and then at the end I'll top it off with a little bit of lemon lime soda, garnish it with a lime wedge and some salt, and you're pretty much good to go.
So
That's
this is
perfect. Very classic is what he talked about. He had the salt on the rim. That's exactly what you want from a Paloma.
So is a Paloma close to a margarita?
Very similar.
Okay. Same idea. You're going for that tart with the tequila. Really refreshing cocktail for sure.
Got it.
It actually means dove in Spanish.
Right.
So.
La Paloma. I know that song. You want me to sing it?
Please.
More tequila first.
I'm
I'll
pretty sure
sing.
we have the man who can make this happen.
I know, we're not singing.
Is this a dare?
All right, which do you want to try first? Taco or Paloma?
Oh, I'm a hooch man. I want to go for this. Is beautiful. I cannot wait.
He's a hooch man.
Wild caught Alaskan cod, done on the grill.
It's a smoky margarita for me.
Yeah, with a little bit, and then the grapefruit juice is a little bit, more than your typical sweet and sour.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
It's like
Very
a
much-
classic mozzarella pairing. You know,
Yeah.
like I'm down
Oh, yeah.
south of
Yeah.
the border.
Close your
exactly.
eyes. We're in Mexico.
That's right. That's the way it's supposed to be.
Toes in the sand.
Toes in the sand. Yes. Can you have an umbrella? Do I have an umbrella for this? Yeah.
Why not?
This is delicious. Let me try your coleslaw.
Yeah, it's more of a peppery coleslaw than a sweet coleslaw, but it's very good. Comes with our fish and chips and a couple other entrees as well.
It's basically like a fillet.
Yeah, it is.
There's
That's
nothing
exactly what it
shredded
is.
about it. It's
No.
a really nice fillet cut.
Yep.
So props to your chef back there.
Oh yeah, no, they do a great job with all of our entrees right here. Makes my job easier pairing the cocktails with it for sure.
So does anybody ever say anything about fish tacos in an Irish bar?
They do. It's pretty funny. And I say we have damn good Mexican food for an Irish place.
We'll be right back with more Taste Buds.
Hi, I'm Jess, and I'm going to show you how to make an espresso tini. Add a little bit of ice, equal parts of espresso vodka, Kahlua, Absolute vanilla, and a little bit of Bailey's to make it creamy. Rim the glass with chocolate. And lastly, 3 espresso beans on top.
Mason, what are you making for us next?
Definitely.
The next cocktail that we have going for you guys is the Barrel Aged Manhattan. We use Templeton Rye whiskey, a little bit of Antica vermouth. We age it an extra 5 weeks in-house in an American oak barrel. Super easy to make. Once the aging process is done, we just add 2 dashes of aromatic bitters, stir it down to give it a chill, garnish it with a Luxardo cherry, and that's it.
And the food you're going to be pairing with this is going to be?
That's going to be our corned beef and cabbage, one of our signature entree.
We're at the right place.
Yes,
Rooney's
you're
Irish Bar.
definitely at the right
Corned
place.
beef and cabbage right there for you.
And there's potatoes on top. And
Absolutely. A little bit of Creole mustard, cabbage, some carrots.
How specific are you guys with your butcher cuts?
Very, very specific. If you get too fatty of a piece, it won't cook out all the way. You want an incredible amount of marbling that's well distributed through the beef, and it just melts in your mouth when it's done properly. So
Joel's happy. We high-fived this corned beef.
Nicely done.
yeah, the Manhattan's an excellent complement. Just a touch of sweetness to it with that sweet vermouth.
Right.
Bitters give it that complexity. Just you go back and forth throughout the whole dish, and before you know it, they're both gone.
Joel's happy. Good taste bud. Happy taste bud.
So happy taste buds are good taste buds.
They are good taste
and
buds.
vice versa.
Exactly.
Our next cocktail is going to be a classic old fashioned.
Nice.
For this cocktail, we're going to use Basil Hayden's. It's got a relatively high rye content, which lends itself well to an old-fashioned. We like booze-forward classic cocktails here. I think they pair really well with the Irish pub grub that we serve. That tied in with the craft beer that we serve, I think is an excellent pairing all around and lends itself to a great experience here.
What was
I
that?
just added was a little bit of granulated white sugar. We've got some brown sugar cubes. We'll do 2 dashes of some orange bitters per cocktail. The muddling, breaking up that granulated sugar and those brown sugar cubes, also releases a little bit of the aromatics with the bitters.
That is some beautiful food.
And this is our Tommy Doyle right here. That's our signature steak that's on the menu.
There's a lot of going on here. So
there
pickled
is.
vegetables.
Wow.
Just
Brussels sprouts.
deep-
That's what those are.
I know. And then the steak on the mashed potatoes
Yep.
with the. There's a lot going on here.
yeah.
So what I liked about the reduction sauce that it's on is a cocoa reduction sauce. And I tasted it back in the kitchen. It was fantastic.
It is.
Let's dive in.
So what cut of meat is the steak?
That is a chateau filet, so it's a super, super tender cut of meat.
It's beautiful. And it goes so well with that super smooth
Good.
old fashioned.
Good, good.
Just pick it up and put it in your mouth. For
I don't know
God's
how
sake.
to do this.
You use your fingers
This
like
is
an
a
animal.
mountain. This is a mountain of goodness.
It doesn't get much better than mashed potatoes,
I know.
good steak, good whiskey cocktail. I think that's.
See, I'm going underneath. There's something about mashed potatoes.
Oh, yeah, comfort food. Warms you
So
up from
good.
the inside, just like the whiskey, right?
It's also like a nice little Bordelaise reduction. It's really nice.
With cocoa.
Lottery, yeah, you get a little bit of that cocoa hint, but it's more savory, beef forward, which is really nice. Perfectly paired with potatoes. So That's awesome. Thank you so much.
I judge dishes on how well the vegetables are done, because I figure if a chef can do the vegetables correctly, then everything's done right.
I kind of agree with you. It's one thing to make a steak a certain way. It's another thing to be able to prepare the more delicate.
Right. Brussels sprouts is a vegetable that's got a bad rap, and now it's finally coming around.
Recreated, as it should be, Just like the classic cocktails are having a resurgence, we see so many of these foods that have became passé and went away that are coming back, as they should, so.
That meat is perfect with the mashed potatoes. You never went after your onion rings.
Oh, no, I'm going for it, but I don't need that for either.
Pick it up and put it in your damn mouth. So thank you, Tim, for hosting us and being my taste bud tomorrow. I'm taking you off to a little Mexican restaurant in downtown Pismo Beach, a taco stand.
I'm looking forward to that.
I know, it's going to be a Poppy's Grill. So now we've tried lots of different craft cocktails, 3 different beers, and there's more to try. So we want you to come down to Rooney's, tell them you saw it on Taste Buds, and then make sure you go to the Facebook page of Rooney's or Taste Buds and let us know how you feel. Thank you for joining us, another Taste Buds.
We'll be right back with more Taste Buds.